Well, just like during the debate, thank you, Mara. Just like during the debate, we expect a fiery spin room tonight.
Let's bring in our Nick Monticelli standing by inside right now. Nick.
Good evening to both of you. The spin room is just as chaotic as it was last night. This is where we stand to try to get all these candidates walking by to get their reaction from tonight's debate. Now, one of the big questions I want to ask every single one of them, it was brought up that there are some, according to the polls, that prefer to have a Democrat in office so badly they don't care who it is as long as they can beat President Trump. I want to get the thoughts from the other candidates on that, although I assume I would know how Vice President Biden feels about that. Devin and Kimberly?
Yep. All right, Nick. Well, let's bring in Local 4 pollster Richard Zuba. Richard, I guess let's start with, who do you think had the best night tonight?
Well, you know, going into this debate, we said the biggest question was going to be which Joe Biden showed up.
Yep.
And we got the answer very quickly. It was the old Joe Biden. He was prepared. He took a punch, but boy, he delivered a couple of punches back too. That was the big question. I think he was the winner for tonight.
By not absorbing anything that was fatal, for sure. And
right.
In fact, I think Kamala Harris, we kind of saw the two of them shaping up just as we did in Miami. I think she got hit around a little bit more from others even than she expected tonight.
I think you're right. I think that hit from Tulsi Gabbard was probably the hardest hit of the night, the most unexpected hit of the night, and she looked a bit dazed after that.
She did.
Yeah.
So do you think her poll numbers will show that tomorrow?
You know, to be honest, I don't think any numbers are going to change coming out of this debate. I think everybody kind of did what they were expected to do. And I think one of the unique moments in this debate, honestly, was when Joe Biden specifically addressed Detroit and what he had done for Michigan and Detroit. And I think we have a clip of that to run.
Let's listen.
I was part of the organization and within our administration that pushed bailing General Motors out, saving tens of thousands of jobs here in this state. I also was asked, as the mayor of Detroit can tell you, by the President of the United States to help Detroit get out of bankruptcy and get back on its feet. I spent better part of 2 years out here working to make sure that it did exactly that.
Probably smart for him to mention that.
I think it was a very smart move on his
We heard
part.
quite a bit from Cory Booker about Detroit tonight as well, because he's got family ties here. He seemed to have a pretty good night. But, Richard, now that we've had 2 rounds, let's go back and group in what we saw last night among those 10 candidates. Did anything really change? Did the deck get shuffled at all in Detroit?
Well, I don't think the numbers are going to shift as a result of these debates. I think the real question is who makes the September debate. And I think the bigger question, I think if I were the Republicans, I'd be worried about the fact that for the last week, there have been 20 Democrats running around Southeast Michigan motivating Democratic voters. That was their problem in 2016. They seem to be addressing it in 2020.
Okay.
So many fewer voters than we saw 4 years before that. Are they energized enough to get out and vote again this time? That's really going to be the story in Michigan going forward.
Sure is.
Yeah, Richard, thanks as always.
Richard.
Great to have you here with us. Well, just moments ago, by the way, we should also look at what the other side is saying about tonight. And we received this statement from the Republican National Committee. We will read part of it here. Quote, once again, the Democrat candidates boasted extreme socialist policies and a government takeover of every aspect of our lives. End of quote.
Well, meanwhile, before the debate started, more than a dozen protesters were arrested for shutting down traffic at the Detroit Windsor Tunnel. Traffic was disrupted for about 15 minutes or so before police got there. The demonstration was held to promote rights for undocumented immigrants.